It's Monday morning. Time is now 5:28. I had a busy night up until 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock it died. Between 1 and I guess it was around 3 o'clock, I had a trip. I had a call to go out to View Royal, pick somebody up. There was nobody there. Nobody answered the phone. Nobody came out. No load. Went back to my usual spot, waited for a while. Had another call out to the Victoria General Hospital. I got there, I phoned the guy up. He says, "Are you outside patient care?" Now, patient care is not at the Victoria General Hospital. Patient care is at the Royal Jubilee Hospital, which is at the other end of town. So I said, well, I'll get our office to send you another car, because I'm not going all that way. I'm at the other end of town. I called the office and they canceled me and assigned it to another car. There you go. Then I had one guy who called from a hotel, but he got the desk clerk to make the call. So the desk clerk made the call to send him a cab to go downtown. He went downtown and got out. No tip. He tapped it with his Interac card. I got another call right away, and they were just going to the corner store. And when they got to the corner store, they handed me a phone. They said, "This is on the back seat." Oh. I said, all right. I'll take the damn phone into the office. Lost and found. And I've been trying to watch a couple things on my phone. The last fare I got was one that went out to Western Communities. It was a $26 fare. He gave me $35, bringing up my grand total to $305 for the Sunday night. So far, I still have half an hour to go. And that's my story for tonight. Tuesday morning, and it was time to wash the car, vacuum the interior, hose down the mats, do the whole thing. I still have to detail the interior, but I will get to that after I drop off, make a stop at the bank. The night was fairly busy. I did just around 300, maybe a little bit less. I had a lot of short trips before midnight, and I had a couple of long ones in the morning hours, and I had some time to watch a fair amount of video. I watched quite a few things. Now I'm only about half a day behind on the busiest channel that I watch. Itchy back. Itchy back. I've been getting these itches for about the last couple of years, and as soon as one part of my body stops itching, the itch goes to another part of my body where I end up scratching, and now it's mostly on my back. It went from my arms to the backs of my legs, and then it ended up on my belly for a while. Now it's the shoulders, the neck a little bit, but especially my back. Yeah. So I don't know what's causing that, but my doctor said, here, get this prescription and use this and moisturize this and cream that, and I told him that I tried anti-itching cream, but that didn't seem to work. He says, yeah, because it's not strong enough. So that's what's going on. Itchy back. So yeah, did I say, yeah, I did about 300, and I'm tired, but it's Tuesday morning, so I've got to go to the chiropractor, get my lower back stretched. Yeah, I'm kind of dismayed that one of the employees who worked there at the chiropractor's office that I liked a lot seems to not be working there anymore for the last 2-3 weeks. It's too bad, because every time I come in, she was a receptionist, right? And she was real pleasant, and she liked chatting, about things that were totally unrelated to the chiropractor place. And she had a sense of humor that kind of meshed with mine. Quirky. Maybe that's why she wasn't there anymore. I don't know. I don't know if she was let go. Well, they found another receptionist who's equally enjoyable to chat with. Anyway, I go off topic, don't I? Yep, now we're heading into... Get off my ass. Pass me now, you piece of shit. Pass me. You wanted to ride up my ass? Now pass me. These are the people who are doing the morning commute, the race to get into town, and I happen to be stuck with them on the same piece of road. Yeah. I don't have much else to say this morning. The time is now 6:01. It's just the right time for me to get everything done and walk to the chiropractors. And I'll be back tomorrow. Okay. It's morning. It's Wednesday morning? Yeah, I think that's it. Wednesday morning, 5:18 a.m. It was a busy Tuesday night. I've got about 320 on, something like that. Had some calls from my regular customer. She called me at one point to bring her some refreshments from the liquor store. Now that was not a problem because she always pays. I brought her some cans of Nude and Mickey of vodka, and that was fine and good. And she paid me. She e-transferred me the money, and she even e-transferred me some money that she owed me from before, which was great. Okay, I thought, my good deed is done for today. Well, later on, she called me up and said she needed a ride. And I said, okay. And this was just when I was really busy. I was doing one right after another. And I said, okay, I'll be there. And I got there and I picked her up. And she wanted to go to another part of town. Okay. To visit a friend, she said. No problem. She brought some drinks with her, and she brought all kinds of things with her. And we went to visit her friend. She had to stop for some smokes on the way. So, yeah, we got her to the other end of town. And so she said, I don't know how long I'll be, but I'll probably will need a ride back later. And I said, okay. So it was a $15 ride or so. So she called me up. about an hour later, hour and a half later. And I had been so busy. I think I did 6 trips in that time. I was one right after another, rushing. And then she called me and I said, well, I can't come and get you right now because I'm on a call. I was just being sent on a call. So I did that call. And then after doing that call, I rushed to her and I picked her up. And then I figured she was going back home. She said, well, yeah, her friend had to work in the morning, so had to go to bed. So, okay. So she got in touch with another friend of hers that she wanted to go see, and she gave me the address, and I didn't know where that was. So I pulled out my map book, this one here, and I found where that address was, and I said, well, that's quite a ways out of town. She said, it doesn't matter, I can pay, I'll go out there. I said, okay. So we got out there, and it was an industrial area, and she thought it was somebody's house where her friend was staying at, but no, it was not a house, it was an industrial area. And we went down this street, down this industrial area, and I said, oh, are you sure about this, where this is? And she said, well, that's the area, that's the address she gave me. Okay. So we're going down the road, and there's this moving van with the side door open and these people hanging out at the moving van, and that ends up being her friends. And it was a little chilly out, and she said she didn't have a jacket, and she was going to be cold if she didn't have a jacket. She said, can I borrow yours? This is why I'm not wearing a jacket. And this is why all my things, my wallet, my glasses, my mask, my diabetic testing stuff is not in a pocket. Nothing is in a pocket because I don't have any pockets because she's got my jacket. And this oh, it's still going. This inconvenienced me. This inconvenienced me quite a bit. And then when I wanted to write down the trip information, I wanted my pen. My pen was in a pocket of that jacket. So I said, oh, hand me the jacket back. I need my pen. Can you believe it? And she says, I won't be spending the whole night here, so I'll be calling you again to come pick me up. Well, she hasn't called yet, and my shift has about half an hour left. And I need my jacket because I got to wash the car, and I got to get outside and wash the car. Well, I could go home and get another jacket, yeah, but you know, that's what happens when you befriend people and they become your regular customers. They ask for the jacket off your back. She says, you're mad at me. No, I'm not really mad at you, but I'm just inconvenienced as all hell. She always finds ways to inconvenience me. She paid for everything. Yeah, she paid for the ride. She gave me some of the money back that she owed me from before. Good. She's at a lowest point in how much she owes me in the last year, probably, which is good, although she still owes me. But she's not doing crack cocaine anymore. And that's so good. I'm proud of her for not doing crack cocaine anymore. Very proud. Although she is getting into whiskey a bit. So maybe I'll watch another video or two before the end of my shift or before I get another call. Hopefully she calls me soon so I can retrieve my jacket. and, you know, give her a ride back into town. It is now Thursday morning at 5:58. I think it's safe for me to book off now. That's it. I'm logged off. I just cleared from my last trip. It was almost 2 hours of waiting for that one. But it was a $10 fare. And with clearing with that one, I have $305 on. So that's my fourth $300 plus night in a row. Was busy before midnight. Before midnight, I had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 trips. And since midnight, I have had 6. And the wait for the last one was almost 2 hours. So, yep, it's the same as before. Somewhat busy before midnight and somewhat dead afterwards. I went to sleep several times. You would think that I'd be well rested at this point in time, but I'm just tired. My friend Bernie over in Switzerland was made a video about commuting and wind down time and how you wind down while you're commuting home, taking your work persona and converting it to a home persona. Well, I work alone, and I also live alone. So the two personas are pretty much the same for me. But if there's any decompressing to do and winding down after work, since I only have a short walk home from where I park this thing, I do my unwinding after I've got home. I have a couple of drams of whiskey and relax and watch videos. Get to the point of wanting to go to sleep. Sometimes I fall asleep in my chair at the computer. Now, you can't get more wound down than that without going actually to bed. That shows you I'm tired. Well, one more night this week. One more night to go. It's 6:08 a.m. on a Friday. I just woke up. I haven't had any business since 3. It's been quieter tonight. My first trip, it took an hour of waiting to get my first trip. And then when I got it, I had the guy for an hour. And was he ever a grouch? He was just, somebody peed in his cornflakes or something, I tell you. And every time he went somewhere, it was worse. He ended up going to 4 different places. The first one was right across town. The second one was halfway back. The third one was his first place where he started because he had forgotten something. He was cursing and swearing and throwing things around. And then after we went to this first place of origin for the second time, he ended up going to somewhere near the first place he went to. And it was a $63 cab ride. It took the rest of the night to make another 200, so I got 260 approximately. And it was quieter. It was more relaxed. I was not rushed at all the whole night. I was not rushed at all, and I did get a lot of sleep, especially in the morning hours. Right now, I'm just going to fuel up, and then I'm going to go park it. And that's it. That's it. My week is done. So it was kind of nice to have a more relaxing Thursday night than the rest of the week has been. What caused the rest of the week, or at least 2 of the nights of the rest of the week, to be really hectic was that the dispatch system or the phone system or some system for 2 other cab companies in town were down. And so because nobody could get through to them, they called just us. And we don't have that many cars right now, because back in March of 2020, most of our drivers quit, and not many came back yet, if they ever will. Guy who owns this car he owns 2, but he's only got 1 on the road. His other cab has been mothballed just because there's nobody to drive it. There's nobody to drive at nighttime. There's nobody to drive at daytime. There may be a day driver or 2 begging him to put it back on the road, but then he has to find a night driver too, and night drivers are scarce. And that's why I'm doing so well and being stressed out and so on and so on and so on. Yeah. I hope yours is better than mine.